Time for more on all this. We're going to bring in Republican representative from Iowa, Miller-Meeks. Congressman, great to see you and welcome to National Update. When House Republicans first passed a CR last month to get us to November 21st, that kind of seemed like a realistic amount of time, to figure out a long-term budget. But now, it seems Republicans are starting to recognize that we may need a longer stopgap measure here. Hakeem Jeffries even doubled down yesterday, saying that they won't give in. So what do you think it will take to reopen the government? Your thoughts?
It's going to take 60 votes in the Senate to reopen the government. So the Republicans passed back in September a clean continuing resolution that was done through negotiation with the Democrats, who wanted a clean short-term CR. There were members in the Republican side who wanted a longer-term continuing resolution, but we negotiated and with the Democrats. And let me also say that through this negotiation process and through the appropriations process, it wasn't brought up about any health care. So to counter Senator Shaheen, this came up only to justify their continuing to shut down the government. The Schumer shutdown is going on because they're afraid of their base. The Democrats have said it. You've had a Democrat person say that they will open up the government when planes fall out of the sky. They have talked about that they don't want to be put on, taken to the guillotine by their base after the No Kings rally. So this is, and you've heard comments about Senator Ossoff that this would hurt his fundraising if he were to vote to reopen the government. So this is about their base, their fundraising, not wanting to alienate their base. Let me just say that every single person in the Iowa delegation, both in the House and the Senate, has sent a letter to withhold their pay. We're withholding their pay. I have voted for continuing resolutions and to fund the government because, number one, it costs a lot of money to close the government. You have to vote to reopen the government, and the government doesn't get efficient. So you don't typically gain the things that you think they're going to gain. And when you talk about authoritarianism, let me tell you, my first 4 years in Congress were spent under authoritarian government. I've not forgotten that it was President Biden who ushered in millions of people across our southern border and didn't enforce our constitutional laws on immigration. It was President Biden who had a vaccine mandate, who kicked people out of the military if they declined to get the vaccine, did not give them exemptions. It was President Biden and their administration who forced and cajoled and pressured social media companies to censor speech. So, and it was Governor Newsom who wouldn't allow people on the beach by themselves or in the ocean by themselves during COVID and shut down schools. So when you talk about authoritarianism, it was the past administration, and you have currently a Democrat Party who couldn't win the election in 2024 and now want to impose their will upon the American people when we're doing what they wanted. They want to get rid of the tax cuts. They want to get rid of our prohibitions on illegal immigrants and undocumented immigrants, on Medicaid. They absolutely do access it. So I'd say we're negotiating. We have negotiated with them. We did a clean CR like they have voted for 13 times in the past. And it's time to end this shutdown because no one wins. The American people lose.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of people are being hurt by this, but yet we're still seeing the Democrats doubling down and doubling down on not paying federal workers during the shutdown because, according to them, it gives the president leverage. Take a listen to this.
Some Republican senators have pushed a bill that would pay government workers who have not been furloughed as part of the government shutdown. Those who have been furloughed would still be without pay. Is this something you would support?
I'm not going to pit some of my government employees against other government employees. I think that just gives the president more leverage to really make the situation worse and treat some government employees with incredible disdain.
Congressman, your reaction to this? I mean, a lot. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's remind your listeners, it was 79 Democrats who sent a letter to Speaker Johnson to force him to open the government so we could pay our troops. Thankfully, President Trump found a way to do that. So here they are. When it comes to paying they demanded that we hold session, open the House in order to pay our troops. But the Senate voted against paying our troops, voted against paying other federal government employees. So you have air traffic control without pay, Customs and Border Protection without pay. The Capitol Police are going without pay. And not only that, on their weekend off, they had to come into work to provide security for a No Kings rally. So, we got rid of a king when we voted and elected President Trump this past November. And it is time for the Democrats to open up the government, to vote for the continuing resolution, as they have done 13 times under President Biden. I've also sponsored Eliminate Shutdowns Act. I've also sponsored bills that if Congress if they vote to shut down government, they don't get paid. Ask the next time your reporter is out and they see Senator Shaheen or Senator Fetterman or Hakeem Jeffries or Senator Schumer, did they withhold their pay? Are they withholding their pay because they are forcing people to work without pay?
Yeah, that is the question right there. So much more we can talk about. We have to run. Thank you so much for joining us today, Marinette. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.